Hey guys, Jenna's back for Tuesday Talk. So Tuesday Talk with Jenna, here we are. I'm coming to you kind of like a 3-year-old. I've got a cotton ball in my ear. Smashed my fingers in the door the other day. It's one of those little things where you're like going, okay, it's good to be a kid. So again, I'm sorry that my ear kept me from being able to communicate and get in the right space. But tonight I just want to touch briefly on how we all seem to be absent from our own to-do list. We've got this list of things that we've got to do every stinking day. And then we just think that we'll take care of ourselves later and later and later. And next thing you know, it seems like we've put ourselves on back burner for so long, we don't even know how to put ourselves back on that to-do list and prioritize our own feelings, our own thoughts, and get our own message out there. Because each one of us is unique and special. There's no one else like you. Never will be. Never has been. It's just you. And whenever you can dive into that and put yourself into each day, not only does that strengthen your love for yourself, which enables us to give ourselves forgiveness when needed. Love for self allows us to move forward. It allows us to stop repeating patterns that have stopped us before. It allows us to grow. And sometimes that's a scary thing. So we deny ourselves. We know we want to, we say we're going to do these things, but then we just keep denying it. So we wind up causing a lie within our own heads, which makes us feel like a failure, which makes me feel like we can't. So if you've ever felt yourself in that type of situation, I'm gonna give you a few little tips that you would so benefit from putting into your morning routine, into your day. How we start the day has a huge impact on the rest of the day. Whenever I was a weight loss coach, I discovered that if you would drink water before you had your first cup of coffee, you are more likely to drink water throughout the day. It's just that morning start. You started your day hydrating. So what if you started your day with good intentions? Good intention can be as simple as saying, oh Lord, let today be a good day. Or it can be more complex and, oh, Lord, please allow me to say the words that someone needs to hear today. Or allow me to help others. Starting in a way that speaks positivity into your goal for that moment. If you're struggling with finances, let this be a prosperous day. Lead me to abundance. There's message in those words that you hear. So see the big difference between waking up and saying, oh Lord, please let this be a good day, and to going, oh God, it's my day again. Here we go. Eat, sleep, repeat. Eat, sleep, repeat. And of course, work is taking up all that awake time. We're just going over and over and over. Starting the day with that intention to make a change before you even roll out of bed. As you turn off that alarm clock, let today be a good day. Allow me to be abundant. Allow me to find joy. Feels right whenever you're first waking up that you want to fill yourself with. Huge difference. So there's your first one. Start the day with an intent, a prayer, a statement, before you even get out of bed. I always have a daily affirmation. I have an app that I use that I really, really like, and it just always seems to hit home with me. It's one that I use on my spiritual journey, and it's riveting. And I typically share mine on my story quite often, and it just, I have it for a couple of other friends and send it out, and it's something I send out for clients is finding an affirmation that just seems right for them in that day, in that moment. Keeping that affirmation, it doesn't have to be long, it can be short, again. But a simple little, it keeps you in that intent. If you can just take a second that when you're feeling that overwhelm and remember what you're going for. So say, again, it can be one sentence, it can be something longer. But incorporating it to say, let me love, let me breathe. Is this getting, or just asking yourself a little question, am I doing what I need to do to be who I want to be? Are my actions in alignment with who I am? Taking a stop throughout the day 3 times. 3 times. Do once in the mid-morning, say 9 o'clock-ish, once around lunch, once in the evening, and maybe even one before bed. We'll suggest another little check-in for bed too as well. But it keeps that intention alive. We are all so easily distracted. How many times do you find you pick up your phone to do a task, but it's open to Facebook, and you're like, oh, why am I on my phone again? Let me remember. So it's a way of keeping that intact. I set a little alarm on my phone so that I won't forget, that I will do it. And it's just literally, depending on how long your affirmation for the day is, it keeps you in that space. And it takes a minute. I mean, who doesn't have a minute 3 times a day? 4th thing, as you're ending the day, take note of how much you accomplished and how much you did well. Lean into the moment that you felt good today, something that went well. Because even on the worst days, there's something that goes right. It may have been so small you didn't even notice it in that second that it walked by. It could have been as simple as a stranger giving you a compliment, a smile from a friend, a quick note. Little things or that moment that you enjoyed hearing kids laugh. Whatever went well? What sparked a little bit of your happiness? What made your lips just naturally curve into a smile? That is how you want to end your day. Not worried about all the could haves, should haves, and I didn't do's. But on the things that you did and you did well. Today I'm thankful that I came home and had an unexpected visit from my kids. Huge. It's just something to be grateful for. Grateful for my dog some days. Grateful for my home, grateful for my friends, grateful for my business, and grateful for the opportunity to help create change in people's lives. Most of the people I work with have a really hard time connecting with self. Understanding what it is that they want. Either they've pushed so hard to just make it, to get through the day and do the things that were required of them. They're just checking off that checklist all the time, that they don't even know how to slow down and be kind to themselves. These little steps that I've given you here, the 3 main ones, and of course, I am always promoting gratitude and journaling and writing it down. Something about having it in written form makes it so much brighter and to have greater impact. But when you can incorporate that into your life, it helps you be kinder to yourself, to soften up your edges, to realize that you don't have to be so damn tough all the time. To be vulnerable enough to notice the small stuff. To remove yourself from the situations and kind of step out. And take a moment to maybe understand where someone else is coming from. And recognize why it's stirring emotions in you. It's just these little bitty steps. Finally learning to forgive ourselves, to go forward, to be that person that we want to be. But the first step in getting to that place is having acceptance and a love for where you are now. Of where you want to be. If you want more information on how to do this, let's chat. Have a talk. I've got a plan for you. And if it's not for you, maybe someone else that you know. Give ourselves love. The more that we are gentle with us, we are with others. That gives us appreciation. We need to do for them. Doesn't mean saying no to everything, but it does mean saying no to things that distract, annoy. Anyway, next week I'm gonna do a little workshop. I mean, still Facebook Live, but come on and ask you some questions and say, take these points and let's work with them and move forward. If anyone's interested in that, I would love to get a reaction, a comment in the comments, a thumbs up to say, yes, let's take this a step further. And this week, just focus on loving yourself a little bit more with that intent when you wake up. It's gonna be a good day. Keep that affirmation rolling. As a weight loss client, it was I am a healthy eater. Whenever you tell yourself that you are something, you become that. You see yourself as that. It's much easier for me if I look in my rearview mirror and say, I am a healthy eater, as I walk into a restaurant to meet friends, to make the healthier choice. If it works in that manner, I know, well, I see evidence every day on how it works on greater scale.